Welcome to the video presentation about Relative Strength Index prepared by Insightech Global Consulting Inc. What is Relative Strength Index? Relative Strength Index, or RSI, was developed by J. Wells Wilder in 1978. It is one of the popular leading indicators and is useful during sideways or non-trending periods. It is a banded oscillator that fluctuates from 0 to 100 only. One of the methods for analyzing RSI is to identify the oversold and overbought levels. A reading greater than 70 will indicate that the underlying security is already overbought. Thus, prices are expected to falter. And a reading below 30 will signify an oversold, where prices are likely to rise afterwards. Here are the steps on how RSI is computed. But first, the RSI calculation is based on 14 periods, which is usually the default value. The first step is to compute for average gain and average loss. The first average gain is equal to the sum of gains over the past 14 periods and is divided by 14. The first average loss is equal to the sum of losses over the past 14 periods and is divided by 14. Please remember that losses are expressed as positive values and not negative values. The second step is to calculate the second and subsequent average gain and average loss. To get average gain, the previous average gain is multiplied by 13. The product is added to the current gain and the sum is divided by 14. To get the average loss, the previous average loss is multiplied by 13. The product is added to the current loss and the sum is divided by 14. The third step is to get the relative strength value by dividing the average gain over the average loss. The last step is to calculate the relative strength index. Now, I will show you different scenarios about overbought and oversold signals. On the screen right now is an example of an overbought market. The 14-day RSI rises above the 70 level, signaling that the market is oversold as prices also increase. On one hand, a bearish divergence forms when the RSI confirms a lower high and price records a higher high. This signals a weakening momentum in prices. Therefore, prices are expected to decline. This one shows another example of bearish divergence. The RSI is creating a lower high while prices are forming higher highs. Prices are expected to go down afterwards. The next chart shows an oversold market. The shaded circle shows that RSI depicted below the 30 level, which corresponds to the sudden drop in prices, meaning the market is already oversold, and prices are expected to rise. Here, a bullish divergence is formed as the RSI is making higher lows while prices are forming lower lows. RSI does not confirm the lower low, and this means strengthening momentum. To sum up, RSI is one of the most reliable momentum oscillators. It is considered overbought when above 70 and oversold when below 30. Levels of overbought and oversold can be adjusted to better fit the security requirements. For example, when the RSI is above 80, it is overbought, and when it is below 20, it is oversold.